So, the whole raising the price of Game Pass to be 50% higher than it was just a few months ago. You know how that whole thing has been making the news rounds? Well, it turns out there were some comments made by leadership about just how profitable Game Pass is literally days before this price hike announcement was made. Separately, FTC chair Lena Khan is back in the picture, taking a little I told you so victory lap. Let's talk about all of this right now. So, first things first, let's talk about these comments made by Sarah Bond, who, while she was at Tokyo Game Show, she was talking about how profitable Xbox Game Pass is right before they increased the prices. Yay! Xbox President Sarah Bond reiterates that Xbox Game Pass is a profitable business and reconfirms the subscription service generated 5 billion in financial year 25. 5 billion. That's exactly what I estimated it would make. So, good news everybody. Now you're going to help Microsoft make even more money if you keep subscribing to Xbox Game Pass, which I canceled mine. I realized I lapsed 2 months ago. I don't want to pay $30 per month just to play, maybe have enough time to actually play those games. So for me, it doesn't make sense. If it does still make sense for you, whatever, but not for me anymore. I think I'm good. Here's what they said. When asked by GameWatch if Xbox was a viable business, Bond answered, last year, Xbox Game Pass sales reached a record high of 5 billion. It's a profitable business, and as more creators join Xbox Game Pass, payments to creators increase. So we think it's a good business for creators. Look, this whole Game Pass price hike thing, the whole restructure is bad. And the more we learn about it, the more we learn that we are actually losing even more benefits from the program. So it makes even less sense to subscribe to it. Sure, if you're into Fortnite Next and you're already paying that $10 to $12, maybe you can rationalize it. Or if you really want to play Ubisoft games, maybe you can rationalize it. But you did lose the 20%, you did learn the discount on DLC content. Microsoft removes DLC discounts for Xbox Game Pass members. This is not specific to any one game and reflects all games and DLC purchases. Instead of a discount on the purchases, Ultimate and Premium subscribers will earn 10% and 5% respectively in points when purchasing select games and add-ons from the Game Pass library. Ultimate members continue to have 20% discount on select games from the Game Pass library. That's to buy the full games. On top of that, all rewards members will earn points when shopping games and add-ons on the store, while premium and ultimate subscribers will earn even more, 2x and 4x respectively. So they want you to buy the games at full price, no more discounts on DLC, which was an attractive offer for a lot of people. And now they want you to use reward points as opposed to just saving money on the initial purchase. I personally think that's not the way to go. And I just don't understand what they're doing anymore. Separately, there has been this story about how there is a chance, check this out, there's a chance, according to The Verge, that Microsoft is getting ready to announce free Xbox cloud gaming with ads, currently in internal testing for 1-hour sessions with up to 5 hours free a month. Ad-supported version will include streaming, some games you own, eligible free Playday titles, Xbox Retro Classics. Pre-roll ads are around 2 minutes before a game. Look, Xbox did not have the console thing going on for them. The console price is $800 for that 2 terabyte. And I believe the one below that, the regular 1 terabyte Xbox Series X, it's like $700. That doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get people in your console ecosystem via that methodology. The one thing they had going for them was Xbox Game Pass. And now they've ripped the Band-Aid off. They've announced that Ultimate is going to be $30 a month, and a bunch of people unsubscribe, myself included. However, there's more marketing to come. Why didn't they just announce all this at once? I think the $30 price point is too much. The price point, as I said in the past, the highest they could go was $24.99. Any more than that, it's really hard to rationalize purchasing the service. If it went up to $29.99 and you got World of Warcraft, Ubisoft Plus, Fortnite, some other subscription to a super popular MMO in there, if you had things that would actually compel people, or it was some sort of top tier thing and $24.99 for anybody on console who just wants to play console games, and then for the additional subscription services, $29.99. Because I don't care about Ubisoft Plus, maybe EA Play, which has always been a part of Xbox Game Pass. Maybe that works. But I also don't really care about Fortnite. So there's two subscription services I don't plan to use and I would never use. So I don't see those as value add-ons at all. It's always been about the day one releases. Funny how they had that little note about how Call of Duty is no longer included. Here's what's being reported. Bloomberg reports that Xbox's recent increase in Game Pass subscription fees reveal a significant loss of over $300 million in Call of Duty sales across both console and PC platforms last year. According to current and former employees, Microsoft CFO Amy Hood has requested that Xbox explore alternative strategies to boost its profitability. Look, if it's just about Call of Duty remaining profitable, I kind of get it. I feel like there's other things that you could have done with the Call of Duty franchise to keep it profitable. And that ain't it. Increasing the price of Game Pass was never the solution. If you have to, just take the one new Call of Duty every year out of Game Pass. Have it on a 1 year. Like, this move it doesn't work, in my opinion. But funny enough, GameStop has come out as our savior. And here's what GameStop said. GameStop said, we're pushing back against the Xbox Game Pass price hike, vowing to keep its subscription at $19.99 a month. The retailer aims to win over gamers with this bold move amid rising prices. And what they're doing is they're taking the $19.99 cards and they will stock them into the future. So for as long as you want it, you can keep getting the $19.99 cards over at GameStop of all places. You know, the store that has had a difficult time keeping things together. So the more we learn about this price hike, the less I like it. And separately, just as a note, aren't we already being served full page ads when we boot up our console anyway? This is from Tom Warren, the Verge person who actually broke it. Scoop, Microsoft is getting ready to launch free Xbox Cloud Gaming with ads. And I said, aren't we already being served full screen ads on your Xbox? If you didn't know, if you stopped subscribing to Game Pass, now they're pushing Ultimate to you. They're using the Xbox console to push ads for their own games. And I think there was an ad for Assassin's Creed Shadows. We've seen stories about this. They're already pushing ads on us. So the whole thing is, the more I learn about what they've done with Xbox Game Pass, the less I like it. That's it for this story. And honestly, I actually don't know how they come back from that. How do you come back from what you have done with Xbox Game Pass? I don't know. By the way, if you're watching this as a VOD, I record these live now over at patreon.com/SaveStatePlus. So if you want to watch me do a live recording, set up the story, and have a conversation with the audience after, you can watch them there or just keep watching on YouTube. That's totally fine. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Thank you so much for watching. A huge thank you to the backers. Chris Reddy, Filaroni, Aries EMS. Thank you so much for backing and got you guys hooked up with that Call of Duty beta. Thank you to PR for sending over some codes to send to my patrons. I do greatly appreciate it. And I try to get members hooked up also. I'm going to get out of here. I got another story to record about the FTC chair, Lina Khan, and her opinion on everything that has happened with Game Pass. Check out that one, which we'll probably post shortly after this video. Bye for now, everybody.